Science and Technology, Osara, Kogi State. Senate Committee on Health demands special fund for University of Calabar Teaching Hospital. Ukraine's president sacked head of his personal protection unit. Stay tuned for the detail.
And now, this is the news.
The news. The news. The news.
On 95.1 Nigeria Info.
A very good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. Contribute to nation building, below abiding. Now the news in detail. We start with the news that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have arrived at Abuja on the start of a 3-day visit to Nigeria. Details will come in our subsequent bulletin. Vice-Chancellor of the Confluence University of Science and Technology, Osara, Kogi State, Professor Abdurrahman Asipita, has confirmed the abduction of some students of the institution. Some of the students told journalists that some gunmen stormed the institution at about 9 p.m. on Thursday, abducting some of their colleagues who are studying for the examination, which commences on the 13th of this month. Vice-Chancellor of the institution said the school's management are on top of the situation. He did not give further details. Kogi State Police Command is here to comment on the security breach. The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, has condemned in strong terms the alleged assault on a frontline human rights activist and lawyer, Maxwell Okpara, at the Federal High Court premises, Abuja. A statement forwarded to our news desk by the Commission said Barrister Okpara was assaulted by Jesam Michael Ubi and his cohorts on 7th of this month. Media reports making the rounds claim that the alleged assault and attack on the lawyer happened while he was granting a press interview at the court premises where he had gone to defend his clients who were charged with cyberbullying and criminal defamation. The Executive Secretary of the Commission, Dr. Tony Ojukwu, wondered why aggrieved individuals and groups take laws into their hands, attacking and assaulting citizens. The Chief Human Rights Officer of Nigeria urged everyone, including the aggrieved lawyer, to refrain from any action that is at variance with what the legal profession stands for, while awaiting for the outcome of the investigation to avoid further escalation of the issue. The federal government has assured that movement of freight from Lagos to Kano State will begin in June 2024. Minister of Transportation, Saeed Al-Kali, said this during an inspection of rail projects from Kano State to Daura. While commending the contractor for the progress made so far, he emphasized that the timely completion of the narrow gauge and the dry port will significantly reduce business costs, mitigate the menace of road traffic accidents, and bolster the country's gross domestic point. Al-Kali, who assured of adequate funding for all rail projects, noted that the Kano-Maradi rail will be broken into segments. He added that the Kano to Daura line will be complemented by 2025, while the Maradi phase will be ready by 2026. And elsewhere, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Health, Secondary and Tertiary, Senator Iqbal Buhari Banigo, has called for a special intervention fund to revive deplorable infrastructure at the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital, UCTH, in Calabar, Cross River State. Senator Banigo made the call in Calabar during an oversight visit by members of the Senate Committee on Health. The lawmaker, who represents Rivers West Senatorial District in the Senate, expressed concern over the multitude of abandoned and ongoing projects, with particular reference to the Accident and Emergency Unit, which she described as a key project earnestly begging for completion. She noted that the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital, which prides itself as one of the premier teaching hospitals in Nigeria, deserves the requisite modern facility. Senator Banigo, however, lauded the staff of this hospital for their high sense of duty and patriotism in spite of obvious challenges, and advised the management of the hospital to articulate a budgetary proposal that would be captured in the supplementary budget. The oversight tour was rounded off on Thursday with a visit to the Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Calabar. And just before we go on a break, determined to reverse the negative impact of hard drugs in Nigeria, the Senate on Thursday approved death penalty for convicted...
Informative, exciting, and stimulating talk. Nigeria Info, your number one for talk. Let's talk.
And getting back to that news, determined to reverse the negative impact of hard drugs in Nigeria, the Senate on Thursday approved death penalty for convicted illicit drug traffickers as well as persons involved in production and processing of hard drugs. The upper chamber equally approved 15 years jail term without the option of fine for consumers of the hard drugs. This followed the consideration of report of the Committees on Judiciary, Human Rights, and Legal Matters and Drugs and Narcotics on the amendment of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA Act Amendment Bill 2024, which was presented by Senator Mohammed Tahir Mungudu. Thank you for staying with us. The news returns with business, foreign, entertainment, and sports after this.
With information comes power.
We give you more power with information.
95.1
Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. And now the business news.
The time now is 6 minutes after 12. Talking business now, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has asked the federal government to work towards strengthening the operations of the Central Bank of Nigeria rather than amend the act establishing the CBN. The IMF made the request in the Article 4 staff consultation report of the bank's Board of Governors published in Washington on Thursday. The fund forecasts that fuel subsidies may cost up to 3% of GDP this year due to increase in pump price.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
News from around the world.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has sacked the head of his personal protection unit, Serhiy Rod, after two of its top officials were detained over an alleged assassination plot. Mr. Rod has led the president's security details since 2019. No reason was given for his dismissal, which was announced in a brief presidential decree. However, the State Guard administration is critical for the safety not only of the president but other key figures in Ukraine and their families. The two colonels in the State Guard who were detained on Tuesday are suspected of belonging to a network of agents run by Russia's FSB security service. Mr. Zelensky has spoken of repeated Russian plots to assassinate him, but the latest revelation involved his own entourage and also targeted military intelligence chief Kirilo Budanov and the head of the SBU State Security Service, Vasyl Malyuk.
Take it away with the entertainment news.
Nigerian Afrobeat star David Adeleke, popularly called Davido, says he's quitting music. The unavailable crooner said he would quit music after his next album. Davido announced this on Thursday night while reacting to the recent pictures and videos doctored against him by some blogs. He claimed that some persons desperately want him out of the music industry.
And now, updates on the sports news.
Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Eno, has commiserated with the former Super Eagles forward Tijani Babangida and his family over the death of his brother Ibrahim Babangida in a car accident. Babangida, gold medalist at the Atlanta 1996 Olympic Games and president of the Professional Footballers Association of Nigeria, was involved in a devastating car accident on Thursday along the Kaduna Zaria Road. The crash claimed the life of his younger brother Ibrahim Babangida, leaving the football community in mourning. Senator Eno emphasized the importance of solidarity within the sports community as they mourn the loss of a beloved family member. The sports minister urged everyone to keep them in their thoughts and prayers. And now to end the news. We reported that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have arrived at Abuja on the start of a 3-day visit to Nigeria. We also reported that gunmen have abducted some students of Confluence University of Science and Technology, Osara Okene, Kogi State. You also heard that Senate Committee on Health has called the Special Intervention Fund for University of Calabar Teaching Hospital. We equally told you on the foreign scene that Ukraine's president has sacked the head of his personal protection unit. And that is the news. It was edited by Philip Unweli. Follow us for more news on Facebook and YouTube. We are at Nigeria Info Abuja. Our website is www.nigeriainfo.fm. You can also visit Google Play Store for our mobile app. More news comes your way at 4. My name is Dorcas Atinuke Gbijah. Good afternoon.
Information is key.
It is power.
Information rules the world.
Getting